Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be setting up our healthy hero for next week, and I've got some highlighters here as well as a couple of pens because I'm going to attempt another all pen spread this week. So this time I've decided to change things up by doing more of an ombre color scheme using greens and blues. And I searched high and low all over my house looking for different highlighters so that I can make this work for 7 days, including that giant fatty blue one over there that I didn't even know I had. And yeah, so I think it's going to come out pretty good. I had to do a couple of sample swatches just to see how the colors would flow, and this first one that I'm using here is actually a friction. It's not a fine liner, but it's like a marker instead of a highlighter, and it was the closest I had to the green I needed, so I'm going to kind of fake highlight with this pen just because it's the only one I had in this tone. So the first one's going to be a little bit awkward just because that pen is not a highlighter, so there's a lot of extra that needs to be done. But after that, the rest are all highlighters, so it should be pretty smooth sailing from there. I decided to set up the green and then go into the blues on the opposite page. So we'll see how this turns out. I'm going to go ahead and set up that first day. At the bottom there, I don't know if I like that just with the marker. Maybe it doesn't look that good. The idea I had in my mind was to do kind of like the stat stickers that are in the Healthy Hero sticker book, but I don't think it worked very well, at least with that marker, so we'll see if we continue on with that. So for now I'm just going to skip that part and then do the rest of the layouts with my tonal pens. Again, I think what I'm going to do is keep the verses going there in the middle. I thought about doing a quote or a word to kind of, be bold and stand out there in the middle, but I really have enjoyed writing in the verses. It definitely is an extra moment of my day that I need just to take a minute and, look at the word. And so I'm going to keep that going this week. And then the top, of course, my normal workout. We got the food log there in the long section, and then the stats at the bottom. So this week I decided to draw lines there at the top for my workout so I'd have a place to write. My previous week we did a box layout, so I basically just trimmed out the box like I'm doing below it in the focus section, but this time I'm going to just put the lines in, which I think will be nice for actually writing in my workouts. In the food log section, I am adding a little bar there at the bottom for my total calories, which is what I usually track, and I'm going to use that side line just to kind of denote whether it's breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner in that area. This highlighter is so fat, you guys. So I had to kind of be careful with this guy because it is such a fat liner. It wanted to be ugly, so. And yay for friction pens. As you see, I'm erasing some of the marker lines that didn't look so good and trying to clean it up a little bit so that it still looks like a highlighter style versus just a hot mess of pen. But I think I like this ombre look. Lots of tonal prettiness. So now I'm writing in workout at the top. I was going to put exercise, and then, I don't know, last minute I decided to do workout again. And then I wanted to remember to write in rest day on Saturday, since that's always my rest day. Also, I realized that I'm going to be starting a plank challenge on that Monday, the 5th. So I need a little spot to write in what I'll be doing each day. So I'm just going to kind of make another little bar there at the bottom, and that's where I'll write in the amount of time I need to hold each plank daily. And again, I love the friction pens. I wish all of my markers were friction pens so that I could do a much better job with this spread. One thing I've discovered, you guys, doing these all pen spreads is that my hand loves to smear. You would think I was left-handed, because I know that's a common complaint with left-handed people, is that their ink smears across the page as they write. I don't know how I find a way, but I always tend to smear. I'm having trouble saying smear. Smear my ink across the page, and it gets in weird little places. Somehow it like gets on my finger, and then I'll touch the page, and then it's like a whole little splotch all over my page. Or I'll try to highlight it and I'll smear the ink on top, or I'll try to erase something underneath and the ink will not have set. So I don't know. I have problems. I have real problems, you guys. But yeah, I am not the cleanest pen writer person. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm definitely on the struggle bus with that kind of stuff. So if you can relate, please leave a comment below. But anyway, so you'll see some little haphazard things here on the page if you look closely, especially if you wait till the end to look at that that close-up zoom that I do at the end of the videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to share that little frustration of mine with you guys, and maybe you can relate in some way. So right now I am setting up the stats area, and I started with that Tuesday and realized that I didn't leave myself enough room for all 6 stats that I needed. I only had room for 5, so that one's going to be a bit of a when you see it at the end, because I had to kind of fix it. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. And I'm just eyeballing it too, because I don't know exactly how big the word is when I write it in, but I learned from experience not to highlight over the pen, because that's where all the smearing occurs. And on this last one with the fatty highlighter, I had to try to be careful not to make it too fat so that I could fit them all in. And then it just got a little, I don't know, spatially it got a little off. What are you going to do? I'm going to go ahead and start writing in those stats, trying to make it as clean and neat as I possibly can. You can see here on this last one that they're a little bit spread awkwardly. So I decided to write, let the ink dry, and then I was going to try to highlight over it, but as you'll see, smearing occurs. So word of the day is smear. Lots of it. So yeah, you know, by the time I was done with the spread, I'll be honest, I was like done with the pens. I'm like, you guys are not my friends today. I will just move on and not stress myself out over it. But I really do like the color scheme a lot. I probably would have done more with the decor, like adding little like doodles and tidbits in at the time, but like I said, I was just so frustrated with the pens that I just walked away. So if you check out my After the Pen on Instagram, or maybe you know, when I do a flip through every 2 months, you might be more impressed with this spread by then. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up down below, and go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. Think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate all your support, and I'll see you next time. Bye!